Hello everybody, and welcome to another Modern Horizons draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to get updates whenever I post new content. It really helps the channel grow and thrive when you do that. And if you want to support the channel more directly and the content that I am making, be sure to check out the channel's Patreon page over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. The people over there who are directly supporting me and the channel are really appreciated, and thank you so much to everyone who does that. And leave a comment if you have any questions. But without further ado, let's get into the pack. Lava Belly Sliver is not super good as a sliver. I didn't know exactly what it did. Throat Seeker is a pretty decent ninja. But a lot of the ninjas are like already good, so you don't really need this to make them even better, and a lot of them will just be blocked. I'm tempted to just take Enduring Sliver, just a very good 2-drop, like 2 mana 2/2 with Outlast would be good, and the fact that it gives all of your changelings Outlast as well, and all of your other slivers Outlast is also quite powerful. Silent Clearing is okay, but you generally don't want to be taking too much damage in this type of format, because there is a large amount of aggression, I would say. Okie doke, so now we are going to probably be taking a Pyrophobia. This is a very powerful common. You want to be prioritizing that cheap removal, and Pyrophobia is one of the best ones. Another pick that I could consider is Imposter the 6th Pride, another 2-drop that also happens to be a sliver because it is a changeling, but I think I can probably get some of those a little bit later, so I'm not going to take that. Some people might be wondering why I'm not even talking about the Secluded Steppe. One thing that I have found is that taking the cycling lands early tends to lead me in a direction I do not want to go, because I tend to like to find where like my lane in the early picks, and Secluded Steppe doesn't really help you find a lane. And then if I move off of white, it's just a little bit worse also, and I'm not even sure I'm going to be playing white, so I'm just going to take a Pyrophobia here. White-red is a good archetype. Being a proactive deck in this format is good. An Irophage is also okay, but again, I like to be a little bit more proactive than this card, so while this is powerful, it is a bit slow as a 4-mana 1/2, so I like to just get on the board early, play my threats proactively, and Pyrophobia helps me do that. Now, this pick features like the best common in the set, which is Mana War. It has access to another very powerful common in Springbloom Druid, and if I wanted to keep up with this like more aggressive slivers oriented theme, I could consider taking a Cleaving Sliver. Cleaving Sliver I think is just better than Tempered Sliver because it has an immediate impact, whereas this is a 3-mana 2/2 if you're on the defensive, and this is at least a 4-mana 4/2, which I think is a little bit better of a body. I'm not really considering the Unearth or the Venomous Changeling, though both of those are also passable options. If I'm taking a card of a non-red or white variety, it's going to be the Mana War, because Mana War is just a very good card in such a format that's very proactive, a format where you want to be getting on the board early. If I go Enduring Sliver into Mana War, that's very good. If I go Pyrophobia into Mana Warring their creature, that's also pretty good. I could play blue-red, I could play white-blue, and or I could just go a different direction I've already. So I think in this pick, my order is Mana War, and then probably Springbloom Druid or Cleaving Sliver, but Mana War is just a really nice pickup. And now we can take a Magmatic Sinkhole, another great removal spell. You can cast it fairly early, and it just generates you a lot of value, and you can get a little bit of tempo by casting this early. And it moves us in a blue-red direction. We haven't seen all that many good white cards, so white just might not be open. Crows and Tusker is a card that I do want to mention briefly. This card is very good, but not in this format. It's just too slow to be cycling this on turn 3, and a 7-mana 6/5 just gets completely dominated by like Mana War. There's a common bounce spell called, I forget what it's called, but it's like basically an unsummon with a little bit of upside or downside depending on the deck you're against. But generally, just Crows and Tusker is just not going to be a good card in this format. Magmatic Sinkhole is quite nice. Windcaller Aven, usually you just give something flying with this, but that's even passable. And Reckless Charge has actually kind of been impressive to me, but easy a Magmatic Sinkhole here for me. And now there's a lot of blue. There's still a couple blue options. There's a Pondering Mage, Choking Tethers. Both of those are fine options. There's also a Venomous Changeling, which is a fine black common, and Volatile Claws if I wanted to go for more of a sliver combo type deal, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm looking at one of these blue cards. I think I'm just going to take Pondering Mage. You can really never have, Pondering Mage is a very good 5-drop, and it just brick walls a lot of the creatures. 3/4 is a big body in this format. There is a Rot Widow pack, but that isn't anywhere near the cards that I already have, and it doesn't really even mean that much as a signal, because the people just aren't going to take gold cards that early anyway. I'm going to take the Pondering Mage. You can get a Choking Tethers later, and you only really want one copy of that, whereas a couple Pondering Mages could be fine. And now there's several options here. So Undead Augur, if I wanted to go into more of a black deck and maybe try that out, but I don't really have a reason to do that. I'm not sure if black is going to be open even. I think I remember there was a black card in the last pack. I forget exactly. That's kind of bad that I forget. But Undead Augur is a pretty strong card, but there's not really enough zombies for it to be worthwhile all that often. Ruination Rider if I wanted to abandon my blue cards and go green, but my blue cards are like pretty good as well, so I don't really see a reason to do that. Winter's Rest, if you get enough snow permanents, can be pretty scary. I think Moonblade Shinobi is just a fine card, though. It really punishes people for stumbling, and So I think I'm just going to take the Moonblade Shinobi. I'm not a huge fan of the Winter's Rest, if I'm quite honest. And now I actually do like Goblin Champion. It lets your early, it's just an early play that you can get in a little couple points of damage early, and then it lets your creatures attack past your opponent's creatures, and like lets your Shinobis get in. Goblin Engineer, not a huge fan of in limited. It's a good constructed card probably, but in limited you just don't have enough artifacts for this to be worth it. You can't even get 2 artifacts in most limited decks in this format. And Chiller Pillar is not a huge card I'm a huge fan of. Phantasmal Form has been okay, but I'd rather just get a Goblin Champion. So I could now be either blue-red, or I could still go into white-red or something. Here, Fist of Flame, the only card in my colors worth even like close to considering. We're going to take the non-foil over the foil, because then if you have multiple copies of the card, and say in game 1 you play the non-foil, and game 2 you play the foil, your opponent knows you have 2 copies, whereas now they'll only know I have 1 copy if I have 2 non-foils. We're not going to take a snow-covered land here. There's not really any payoffs in blue. Bellowing Elk is also passable, but we're just going to take a Fist of Flame. I actually really like this card in blue-red, especially when combined with the Minotaur that has double strike, which you can usually get a ton of copies of. Here, there's no cards in my colors, which means there's a nice little opportunity here. I think we're going to take the Fountain of Ichor. We could potentially open a bomb rare. Maybe we open a Kess Dissident Mage or something like that that we want to splash. And it's more likely to get that than I think a card that cares about snow. Though I guess the removal spell is cares about snow. Here's another interesting pick. I think I'm just going to take the Fist of Flame over the Choking Tethers. Fist of Flame is just more proactive, and if I get any copies of the 2-mana 1/2 that does better when you draw a card, I think I'd rather have that. And now we will take a Snow-Covered Island over the Esho Sand Sprinter. Sand Sprinter's just not good, even if you're just using it to cycle. We have cards that cycle already, so. Now we'll pick up a... Sure, we'll check the Umezawa's Charm. It doesn't really matter at this point. And, sure, we already have a white card. We're not playing green. And Chiller Pillar. Not a huge fan of Chiller Pillar, so I'm not like looking to play it anyway. So let's sort by converted mana cost. And then we'll cut this. Oh, okay, what's this do? Endling. Nice little callback to Changeling. Menace, Death Touch, Undying. That's actually kind of sweet. I mean, obviously we're not taking it. I just kind of wanted to see what it did. So Farmstead Gleaner is like not great. 3-mana 2/2. You just don't have time to cast this type of card in this format. I think Lonely Sandbar a decent amount in this pack. This pack is pretty weak on power level if you look at the commons. I mean, there's Defile, which is great, but we're not in. If we're looking at our blue-red deck, that doesn't really do much. Whereas Lonely Sandbar, it can cycle for any cards that care about card draw. We haven't seen any of those yet, but we're very likely to see those later on. And Lonely Sandbar is a card I like. We don't really need 2 Goblin Champions. Fairy Seer has been okay, but nothing super impressive. And we don't really need to prioritize the lands, islands at least, like snow-covered lands, I mean. So we'll take the Lonely Sandbar here. And our deck is looking pretty solid. I like a couple cards that care about card draw. What was this? I have no idea what this is. No. Well, this is what we were born for. The clutch moments of seeing if we can log back into Magic Online before it takes too many cards. We're only going to miss 1 pick, presumably. Maybe not even that. Come on. Come on. Clutch. We clutched it. We get a Vengeful Devil. Yeah, Vengeful Devil's a pretty solid card. Nice little pickup here. And now we can afford to take a second to reorganize this window. What the heck? Okay. Sorry about that. I have no idea what caused that, but, you know, such things happen. Okay, so in this pack, Blizzard Strix is a good card, but we only have 1 snow permanent right now. There's another Lonely Sandbar, which I'm just probably going to take, because Blue-Red does like drawing cards and stuff like that. Force of Rage is interesting. I got kind of wrecked by this card. It could just really good defensive tool, but I think we're just going to take the Lonely Sandbar. Then we can afford to play 18 lands, and 18 lands is just a good spot to be. So Blizzard Strix is good. We don't have anything to get with the Matron, really. But Only Sandbar. I will talk about the Vengeful Devil. Vengeful Devil is just a good card. If any of your creatures die, you can just kill another creature, which is just really good. And just really happy. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can ping stuff and get value. It just also makes combat a nightmare for your opponent. And now we'll just take another Magmatic Sinkhole. Even though we already have one, you don't need to have all that much stuff going on for it to be good. You can just like we'll be cycling through our deck a tiny bit, but then we'll just be able to cast a couple Magmatic Sinkholes in the late game. Hopefully we can wheel the Spinehorn Minotaur, because that card does work really well with Fists of Flame. Like, you go cycle Lonely Sandbar, Fist of Flame, and then this thing's like a 6/3 double strike. But we'll just take the Magmatic Sinkhole, more removal, and another Pyrophobia. This is really working out well. We're not going to be able to have enough blue for Archmage's Charm to be good for us, and the early removal is just really key. We have a lot of red cards, so we're going to probably run like 9/8 or something like that, and early removal is king. It's a little bit sad to pass up on such a sweet card, but we just have to. And now we will take... Dang, I guess we'll take... Yeah, we're not playing any of these cards. We'll take Baron more. There's some small chance that we end up in like a black splash, like if we open Kess, as I said. Kess Dissident Mage is a rare, so I guess we'll just take this. And now, wow, this pack. I mean, there's a Quakefoot Cyclops, which is okay. There's also Thrones of Chaos, if we really need to be casting random stuff, but there's not a ton of great hits, because a lot of our cards are like very situational. Quakefoot Cyclops is calling to me as the best pick in this pack. Snow Covered Island, probably second place, but Quakefoot Cyclops is a card I'm fine running. And now there's another Moonblade. Oh, there's another Vengeful Devil. This card is still going to be excellent, and yeah, I'm very happy to get that. 2 mana 1/1, but it's got a lot of upside. We have Fists of Flame to make it even bigger if we need to, and yeah. Shinobi has been okay, but like not excellent, but this card is really good, I think. And it works kind of well with the Goblin Champion. We'll probably pick up another Goblin Champion here. Nice to have access to a 1-drop, can attack to trigger Shinobi, and again, you don't need to prioritize these Snow-Covered Islands, and we don't need to prioritize pinging because we have the Vengeful Devils. And the Minotaur did come back. Perfect. Just what we wanted to see. And whoa, Force of Rage came back. I think we'll just take Windcaller Aven though. More card draw for potential more Spinehorn Minotaurs. We don't need a third Goblin Champion. I've never actually cast this, but giving something flying can be really nice. Especially like a Moonblade Shinobi. And Spinehorn Minotaur number 2. I guess, yeah, that's really good. Spinehorn Minotaur is really good in this deck. So it gets double strike, and it'll get +1/+0 for each card we've drawn if we can assemble those two. So just imagine, turn 4, we've got this in play. We cycle Windcaller Aven to give it flying. Cycle a Lonely Sandbar, Fist of Flame. That's like the best case scenario, but that's 3, 4, 5. It's 10 power. Really good. Also, cycling turns on these Magmatic Sinkholes, so I think Windcaller Aven is just a really good pickup. Guess we'll pick up the Astrolabe. Not really looking for that, though.
Pretty much ignoring the snow synergies, it has worked out pretty well for me. Because you can't like, even though we saw a couple of islands that we could have picked, like, maybe we see Blizzard Strix type cards, but maybe we don't, and it's just not worth it, I don't think. Sure, we'll take that. Shelter. I don't know if we'll play 2 Goblin Champions. Probably only going to play 1. Though double Exalted does stack relatively well. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. So our deck's looking pretty solid right now. We're going to be running 18 lands for sure. Why did my entire sideboard go into my deck? Okie doke. So there is Iula's influences are rare, but it's not in our colors, and even in normal limited games, it's a little bit hard to get that working. I think we're just going to take another Magmatic Sinkhole. Removal is always good, and we can try to focus on getting even more stuff into our graveyard. We're taking it over like a Choking Tethers, but Choking Tethers might wheel, and it's not even a huge sad thing if it doesn't come back. But Magmatic Sinkhole is great. The best card in this pack is probably Mother Bear, if I'm being quite honest. Mother Bear is just a house. I love Mother Bear. So good. Mother Bear sounds like Brother Bear, which is also a good movie. It's also come to just bear stuff. Influence. Okie doke.
So in this pack, we're probably just going to take this Goblin War Party. I really do like Goblin War Party as a way to just close the game. It can get in for like 6 damage haste if your opponent leaves themselves tapped out and exposed, kind of. There's also a Talisman of Conviction, which could be a type of card we'd want to play. We have some expensive cards, but we also have a lot of 2-drops already. Winter's Rest if we were prioritizing the snow stuff more, but I just like Goblin War Party a ton. It's also just really good at stabilizing the board if you've fallen behind a little bit. So here we could take a Forgotten Cave, or we could take a Pondering Mage. I think we just want to take Forgotten Cave. We already have a lot of playables. This deck is already looking pretty good. It's like a little combo deck with Spinehorn Minotaurs. Battle Screech is incredible. I wish we were white. Spiteful Sliver, not really where we want to be. 3-mana 2/2s just aren't big enough, I don't think. Unless you're in white-red slivers. Like if we had the Enduring Sliver package, that'd be pretty good. And like a bunch of changelings. But we're just going to take Forgotten Cave here over Pondering Mage. We already have a Pondering Mage. It's just kind of an expensive card. You don't need too many of them. And Orcish Hellraiser. I actually really like this card. It's a nice little aggressive beater. And in the later stages of the game, you don't really even care about the echo cost. But just 2-mana 3/2 really gets in and can do some damage. It also can trigger Morbid for my Vengeful Devils in the late game if I don't want to pay. Now we can take a Goat Nap. We could take a... I mean, Goat Nap's just a really like nice card in like a super aggressive deck, but we're not like super aggressive. I could see taking a Winter's Rest, but I think we'll just take the Goat Nap. See if we can. We already have a lot of removal, so we don't need to prioritize that other thing. Okay, so now there's another Lonely Sandbar, or there is a String of Disappearance. I really like String of Disappearances. So we have 25 cards here right now. So we have 22 playables and then 3 lands. There's also an Igneous Elemental, which is actually pretty powerful if you can enable it. And we have 3 cycling lands already. Let's just take the Igneous Elemental. I think that's actually going to be really good for our deck. What with that, given the fact we have 3 cycling lands. Now we'll take a Spell Snuff. I don't think taking a 4th cycling land, like the first one's really good, the second one's like pretty good, but the more cycling lands you get, like you just can't have too many enter the battlefield tap lands. The bounce spell would be nice, but when you have 3 cycling lands, the odds of you being able to get this out for a little bit cheaper, especially in the mid stages of the game, is pretty nice. And it's a really good tempo play. I've definitely gotten consistently wrecked by this card. We don't need a 3rd Goblin Champion. Reign of Revelation, if there was a control matchup, would be okay, but there are really none. I always just play like super tempo-y games that really need me to be doing stuff on every turn. Though it is a really kind of neat combo with the Spinehorn, so I think we'll just take... Sure, we'll take Rain. And I'll take Geomancer's Gambit on the off chance that we end up facing a deck that's like splashing. We can maybe destroy their only splash land or something like that. Or if they have a rare land. I don't think there's a ton of rare lands. Maybe only like the one that I already have that's pretty bad in limited. Where did it go? The Hall of Heliod or whatever it's called. Guess we'll take the Snow-Covered Island. No reason not to. We don't need the Tribute Mage. And another, we'll take the Sprinter, I guess. Maybe we'll want more cycling. Though, unfortunately, in this draft, we didn't see any of the 2-mana 1/2 flyers. Those are generally pretty good, and we just didn't see any. But, you know, our deck is still pretty good. Lava Dart, sure. Okay. Okay. I like this deck a lot. Got some really good cards. And we can run 18 lands, which is also really nice. Why did it do that to me? Why? What have I ever done to you, Magic Online, that you would betray me in such a brutal way? Okay, I'm just going to put this up here so you can see all the cards. Definitely running the Goblin Champions, the Fist of Flame, Orcish Hellraiser, Pyrophobias, the Devils, Spinehorn Minotaurs, War Party, Cyclops, all the sinkholes, and the Igneous Elemental, though that's a bit of a non-bow. The Forgotten Cave, the Sandbars. We'll run the Snowlands just to be confusing. I could see us running this maybe if we needed an extra spell. So we're going to run 18 lands. What else do we have in the deck to start with? So this is 6, but this includes some of our lands. So we're going to run these. So we can run one more card. I could see Reign of Revelation being correct. And maybe Goat Nap, but I like this configuration. So we're going to run 18 lands. Yeah, this looks good. Do I want this? Probably not. The odds of me getting 2 of my snow guys into play is a little bit risky. Okay, so we want definitely more red than blue. So probably 10-7. No, 10-8. Yep, lets it make sense. So we'll run this Snowland 2, and then we'll run 4, then 4 basic islands. Perfect. Magic Online agrees with me. Perfect. Perfecto. Well, this deck looks pretty strong to me. We have a lot of red cards. I like red in this format, and we'll see how it does. Remember that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more Modern Horizons, if you want to see more War of the Spark, if you want to see anything at all. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know how many wins you think this deck is going to get. It's always interesting to see people's thoughts. We could run a Geomancer's Gambit to help our Magmatic Sinkholes and Igneous Elementals. That's kind of interesting. Instead of what was our last card that we added? Instead of Reign of Revelation. Reign of Revelation also discards lands though, so join the match. We would like to play first. And oh man, we're so close. This hand needed 1 land, but we can't rely on drawing that, so we'll just mulligan. And this is a keeper. Opponent also mulliganed. We have our little combo guy. Definitely don't want that. We'll play our snow-covered sandbar to start. Make sure we have access to blue mana. Then on turn 2, we could cycle the Forgotten Cave, or we could save it to trigger our Spinehorn Minotaur, which seems like a little bit better to me. Also, we might just need the land. You never know. Watcher for tomorrow. Okay. I'm liking the fact that I saved this land to use with the Minotaur. Because that's an extra 2 damage, also potentially like blowing out some blocks, and maybe I can even use the Shinobi. Opponent is 3 colors, has it all on turn 3. That's called true skill. You think I won't block? Sad day. You know what I say. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Just get this Shinobi in there. My opponent's not going to try and block, and then we'll cycle the Quakefoot Cyclops to get in. Twisted Reflection is really good in blue-black. Chiller Pillar. That's actually a nice draw. Will you give me a 1/1? You will. Never mind. You will not. Okay, now we will cycle our Forgotten Cave. Ugh. So my opponent is finally playing a control deck. Looks like. It's really unfortunate. I feel like we would have gotten most of the 1/2s that get +2/+0. Those would have been so good in our deck. But unfortunately, we were unable to find them. I'm not like completely out of this game. I'm not worried about winning, like win conditions right now, but I'm like slightly worried because this thing could be a problem. Though I guess our magmatic thing does deal with that. We just don't have any spells in our hand, which always makes me a little bit skeptical. Rain Revelation, that's a fine draw. What do I even discard here? I want to discard the Igneous. I need to play this land so I can actually do something this turn. I think Orcish Hellraiser has to go. Whoa, we're still in it. He just lets it hit him. Let's kill that thing. I think getting rid of the Hellraiser is correct. These cards are just better. This is a nice little value play. I can play both next turn because I cycled my Forgotten Cave. I knew this card would be good in the deck. It also just hits really hard. Sure, we'll take it. Gosh. That is brutal. That was a really good moment for my opponent. So let's go Vengeful Devil. We'll delve Minotaur and the Cyclops. Then we will attack with the Illusion. And we will ping our opponent for 1. Whew. So just straight up Esper control. Well, we're going to have a 5/4 attacker, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough. I wish we had the 3/2 right now. Gosh darn it. No value to be had. Sad day. Hello, sadness, my old friend. Wow, my opponent's deck is sweet. A nice little control deck. I don't know how they deal with their mana. I don't know what their main colors are. It looks like they're splashing black, like blue-white. don't know what they're splashing black for. Not yet, I don't. Maybe just for this part, like the entwine. This does hit for 4, which is pretty nice. Oh man, they spliced onto this. Jeez. That's actually brutal. So I'm going to kill both of their guys, I guess. Unfortunately, the Reign of Revelation, having to discard like a spell, was brutal, because then I proceeded to draw 2 lands. Oh, this is a catastrophe. Oh no. I wonder what they're going to bounce, though. This little combo's irritating. That was a mistake from my opponent. Did a pretty easy chump block and then kill their soul herder. So I don't think there's a reason to play the Minotaur. I guess we could just kill the Golem right now. Jeez, they have multiple copies of that. We're just going to kill this token now, I guess. So if we draw another Goblin, whatever, champion, we can start attacking him. So they're like a Splicer's skill deck. Dang, I really wish we had this. Where is he? Orcish Hellraiser. Just a 3/2 that does damage. Oh man, they are doing sweet things. I'll give them that. Oh man, we're just drawing too many lands. Trade our 2/2 for his 3/3. They have 8 lands, we have 8 lands, but their deck is better in this spot, I think. They also have a lot more cards in hand. They have 2 Scours in their graveyard. Oh my gosh. That's what they're splashing black for. Brutal. Bouncing my guy. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna concede. Brutal. I think we'll bring in Goatlinap maybe. Geomancer's Gambit is interesting because we can get rid of his black sources kind of partially. Also, we can get rid of his snow lands, though we could also find him his snow lands. Goat nap. Yes or no? Kind of just like the way we have our deck configured. And this is a great hand, or at least a passable hand. It's mono red, but it's got a couple Vengeful Devils, which work excellently in multiples. Go figure. Because we can then Pyrophobia one thing, ping, double ping another thing. Their deck seems pretty good. We're definitely not going to try and use Pyrophobia on that when it's such a ripe target for a Vengeful Devil ping. I might just try to cast this. I don't think that's correct, though. I have a lot of stuff going on in my deck. Cycling's probably correct. Oh, it's definitely correct to wait. We'll wait. They can't cast any creatures because of my Vengeful Devils, which is excellent. Oh, they have no fear. I respect it. Fist of Flame. Aw, rats. Missed it by that much. Oh man, I just wish we had Fist of Flame there, or drawn another blue source. So now Island's a good draw, and then any red spell is a good draw. So we have a lot of good draws, because we have 6 islands, and everything else is pretty much a red spell. Oh man. Oh, they're terrified. Nice. Island. That is not an island. I feel like cycling it is correct. We just have a lot of creatures we could cast to keep the pressure on them. And we don't want to draw too many lands. Oh gosh. They have Future Sight. So their library is right up there. So they have a Mana War coming. No, their black mana is here. If I had just drawn an island instead of a Lonely Sandbar, I think I would have won this game. Just having a 3/4 in play would have been great. I could still win this, though. Sure. We will go Vengeful Devil. Of course, we drew a mountain. Completely useless. We'll do that. Ping. Ping. Oh man, couldn't we have just drawn an island? Rats. Island. Let's go. So we'll have drawn 1 card, 2 cards. This will give +3 +0. Play this. Top, top. No. Fist of Flame. Champion. So now my opponent's at 3. And I'm drawing an island next turn, but I do have 1 more removal spell up my sleeve. No. You've got to be kidding me. Gosh darn it. Woe is me. They have enough mana to cast both of them, too. Gosh. Darn it. Oh. Man. I'm going to bring in my counterspell, probably, for this matchup. Because they have a Future Sight to counter. And Settles, and lots of expensive cards. Oh my gosh, they got greedy. Maybe we can punish. So now they're at 1. So next turn I can suicide in my Goblin Champion. And if they block it, die ping it or death. If they don't block it, they die. Oh no! Oh, the brutality! Oh my gosh! I guess maybe they went out of mana. No. I feel like I should literally know every card in their hand, but at the same time I don't, because I can't keep track of it in time. But like when they draw a card, they have to reveal it first, so like I should know every card they have in their hand, but maybe I'm just not paying attention enough. At least now I have a guaranteed out of just drawing my Orcish Hellraiser thing and just winning. Oh my gosh, we were so close. They're at 1. Omniphage. Oh, Nyrophage. So they have the card in their hand now. All they have is a mana rock over there in the corner. So they have their kill spell for my guy. So if I suicide attacked with the Goblin Champion, they would kill Vengeful Devil in response. This library has a stupid Mastercore on top. Gosh darn it. Sadness. Oh my goodness. This is a nightmare. Oh, we were so close. So close. And yet so far. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So they have 3 lands because they have that one in the corner. Come on, Orcish Hellraiser, or Rain of Revelation into Orcish Hellraiser. I've already used my flying. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! When it dies. So as long as he doesn't have another settle. No! Ah, the pain! The pain! Oh, no! The settle. Oh, that was pure agony. It's not when it leaves the battlefield, it's when it dies. Oh, the suffering. So much suffering. No. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh my gosh. I don't think I have any outs. That was my out. Do they really have 3 copies of that card? What type of deck can play 3 copies of Settle Beyond Reality? And then I come 1 point short. I'm so sad. That is the worst. Oh my gosh! I did not even think I had an out. Oh, did we get there? Oh no, we didn't. Never mind. He can just ping it. No! I was so happy. His stupid Masticore. Maybe he won't realize. But yeah, he can just ping it, and I lose. Wow. I'm so sad. If we had a removal spell in our hand, we would win here now because he didn't play that correctly. Oh my gosh. I'm so sad. No. We were so close. That's why you don't concede though, because you never know when you could get like some crazy combination. Sadness. Oh, that's so sad. I thought we had ripped the one out. 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we lose. Ah. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. We can cycle into a removal spell still. Oh my gosh. I did not realize that even worked that way. I didn't even realize that could become. Okay, we'll cycle it. Aw, dang it. That was sad. Oh, we were so close. Oh, we were so close. Oh, that was hilarious. We should have brought in Goat Nap and Spell Snuff. Spell Snuff particularly. But we didn't know they were like a future sight control deck. Like we knew they were kind of controlling, but oh my gosh. That opponent needed every single thing to... Ah, we were so close! They needed to get that stupid Seer from Reality off the top. Oh my gosh. Who plays 3 copies of that card? I guess he could have also found a Mana War, but geez. Oh my goodness. Also, if we'd drawn Goblin War Party on that last turn, would we have won? I think so. I forgot that was an out. If we'd drawn Goblin War Party at any stage in that game, we would have won, I think. Pretty much. Dang it, I forgot that was an out. I should have been rooting for that. We were so close to winning that game. This is a sketchy hand. I've been meaning to mulligan more, but it's so hard to mulligan like hands that have a couple spells and a couple lands, because then you can like actually play a game and try to outplay your opponents and stuff. But I feel like I mulligan way too infrequently. I should just mulligan sketchy hands like this. Fill our graveyard a little bit. If only we had drawn a cycling land. Oh no, this is going to be a disaster. Next turn we'll be able to kill this, but this is where he gets like 2, 3 threes or something. Or just a 5-3, that's fine. If I draw a cycling land here, I'm in great shape. We're actually going to kill that one, because now we can kill this with our Ignis Elemental next turn. Yeah, my opponent's username is Dr. Stupid. That's not nice. They're not stupid. Oh, dear goodness. Well, that's some combo. Combo! I'm sad. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Don't know what's gonna happen. I got punished for my decision. But you know, next turn I'll play my Windcaller Aven, actually cast it for once in its life. I feel like they don't get cast that often. I'm actually going to look for a removal spell. Pyrophobia or something. These are all keeps for sure. We want... We're going to draw Mana War next turn, maybe. Let's draw Goblin Champion this turn, so... 1, 2, 3. Or I could play Orcish Hellraiser. I kind of like just playing the Goblin Champion here. It gives me a really good attack with the Spinehorn. Because now it's attacking for 6. feel like opponent might have just wanted to cast this. Wall of 1,000 cuts. So this is now going to be attacking as a 3/4 again. Let's bounce that. Or we could just attack with everything. We'll attack with everything next turn. This will probably force a chump block, because him going to 6 is probably not the greatest for him. Oh. The Goblin Champion has been performing. I have liked the Goblin Champion. They're dead on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 4 blockers. Well, now they're probably dead, so this thing won't be able to block. Yeah, they're definitely dead. Just can't block, so now we just have enough attackers. Okay, green-white, we should be in great shape against them. We're going to bring in Lava Dart, because we saw a couple 1 toughness guys. And we will cut a Rain of Revelation. We saw the Changeling, and we saw the other guy, the 1/1 for 1. Goblin Champion also worked really well with Spinehorn Minotaur. Lava Dart me. Charge! Basically Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide with upside. 1 mana, 1/2 haste. Heck yes. Oh, just give me Lava Dart. We're going to Pyrophobia this 2/1 here. We just need to make sure we have a play on turn 2, and it's not the greatest, but it's a play, and he'll probably have a good Fortune Unicorn, but we have a 3-drop already, and then... Whoa! Farmstead Gleaner, eh? We have part 1 of our combo. I guess with this, it's also a pretty decent combo. Now we just need some cycling. You can pay 2 to give a counter to his guy. That seems bad. Ooh. Oh, gosh. So, this was going to be, we had drawn 1 card, and then we drew a second card. So we drew 2 cards, so this is going to be +3. So this is going to do 16 to him. Yes! The combo! Victory. Do we want Lava Dart? I'm going to play Lava Dart over the Shinobi. don't have a great Shinobi deck. But Lava Dart could be really good. Because then we don't have to spend real removal on his utility stuff. It also just like lets us deal with 2 toughness creatures sometimes. Shinobi just doesn't do as much in this deck as I would hope. Sure, it can reset Mana War, but other than Mana War, it doesn't bounce anything worth bouncing. Let's go. Okay, this is a keeper. We have a cycling land on turn 1. We can cycle this on turn 2. That combo was so sick. I'm still thinking about it. How cool was that? Ooh, Goblin Champion. We'll get him out there. We can just play this as a 5-drop. Just getting in points of damage when you don't need to. We don't need to cycle this right now. And ooh, another green-white matchup. I think the green-white matchup's good. Guess we'll get in for another point of damage. And next turn we can Igneous Elemental, get really ahead on tempo. That'll be fun, sure. I might go over there.
Yeah, he said he'll come over probably, yeah. So he may come over early. Yeah, okay, real good. I'll give him some money. Okay,
Okie doke.
Howie's birthday today, too.
Oh, exciting stuff.
Yeah, so
Are you gonna go there?
I'm going up with Lisa. She's got a tasting,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna help her with it.
Okie doke. Okay, so turn 4 we're gonna play our Igneous Elemental. Sorry about this. I'm organizing some stuff right now. We will kill the Mother Bear.
Give him cash.
Like $6, $7.
Use that to buy some food.
Okay, sure. Wonderful. Are you gonna stop by later?
Right now.
Okay. Okay, opponent has Squirrel Nest. That's not good for us. Infinite chump blockers. But our Fist of Flame does give trample, so. And also they can't flat. Oh, this does give trample, right? Yeah. So we're going to just start by setting up with a Pondering Mage, though. See how many cyclers we can get in our hand. Oh, yeah.
Take my car. The white car. I'm gonna take the truck.
Okay. So the truck isn't here.
Yeah, I just picked it up. He's dropping it off.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
We're just going to shuffle those 3. They weren't what we needed. But Windcaller Raven's exactly what we needed. So now we can get Spinehorn into play. Okay, Bellowing Elk is really obnoxious. We could just cast Windcaller Raven. But this attacking alone is going to be a 3/4. 3/4, and then we're going to have drawn 1, 2, 3 cards. So it's a 6/4 double strike. in the air. The problem is these squirrels. Let's just cast the Windcaller Raven. It's hitting for 5 in the air every turn, and we can even use our Fist of Flame with that. This Bellowing Elk is just a huge issue. Though if he does use the Squirrel Nest on his own turn to give it indestructible, then we can try to stop it. Oh man, Mother Bear coming back now. Well, that's gonna die. You can't really attack with Bellowing Elk, because then I have really good attacks back. Or at least decent attacks. Sinkhole, eh? So let's Pyrophobia the Good Fortune Unicorn for starters. And then in response to that, kill this. That's their only real problem attacker. And we can just start hitting him for 5 in the air. Magmatic Sinkhole was a good draw. Get in for 5. Jump blocks. Okay. Fair. Fist of Flame is a sweet card. I really like it. The design. Fire has always been my most faithful companion. Jared Carthalion. There's Mother Bear back, but we have 2 good blockers for the 2/2s. Let us attack. We'll just play our 2 Spinehorns. I think this is the guy that has the +1/+1 to all his guys card. Which could be a little bit scary. No, we don't have Rain of Revelation in our deck. We have some cycling. We could just draw like 3 cards. Even 2 cards would be fine. Oh dear. I guess only Slivers have Exalted. I thought all of his guys would have Exalted, and I was terrified. No. Ha! He misread his card. Actually, that's really sad. That was not a laughing offense. That was just really sad. He could have totally killed it. He might just concede. This card is kind of complicated. Like, I don't know why it puts the +2/+2 before it puts the other stuff. We're going to cast Fists of Flame when he jumps with this just to take a turn off. Because he's on a 3-turn clock here. Maybe we should have attacked with these two guys too. Hard to say. Hard to say. Okay. It would have actually be kind of been more fun if the Savage Wipe had killed my guy. Because then I would have had to come up with a creative way to win with Spinehorn Minotaur, comboing off kind of. Oh dear. Oh no. That is bad. That is really bad. Oh no. Well, that's helpful. So we can kill that, draw a card. This will be up to 6 power. Let's just make sure he can't block with that. Okay. So this is going to be the best one, I think. Actually, we should have done it on... No, it doesn't really matter. This one will get through more damage. This one would have killed all the guys and we would have been left with that guy. But I think killing this guy is probably better anyway. This gets through more damage. Because now this thing is lethal next turn. And now we can just auto pass the F6 value. Actually, we have untapped mana, so maybe we can't F6. Boom! We get the W and the win. Oh, this is game 1. Dang. I thought that was a different game. Oh well. Let's just run it back. We still have the Reign of Revolution. We cut the Shinobi. Shinobi was a fine card to cut. It's going to be bad in this matchup anyway. He's a lot of early blockers. And this hand is sketchy. I like it though. Seems good against his deck. As I said before, double Vengeful Devil is just really good. Unfortunately, we just drew a land. Land is not what we want here. We just want a removal spell, because then every removal spell gives us an extra value. Okay, he's got a Rhyme Tender. Okay. No block. We can bounce whatever he plays with Mana War. Sure. Oh, he's mana screwed. And now Mana War can just attack with impunity. Okay, here comes Mana War. Heading out. Love you. Love you too. I'll see you later. See you. Have fun. Okay, we gotta get this W. We just need a removal spell, and then we can kill the other one. Fists of Flame is going to be interesting. I think we want to save it. I will. Okay, Springbloom Druid works really well with these Rhyme Tenders. Because they will be able to untap the Snowlands. Pretty sweet combo. So we can just probably cast Fist of Flames on the Mana War next turn to draw a card, try to find removal. Devils love adding injury to injury. That's actually hilarious flavor text. Yep, not much is going on here. It's just slow playing, kind of annoying. They're enjoying themselves, I guess. I'm so bad. Actually, so okay, we will ping that guy. Could we have? No, we would have. He would have still died. Rats. So they figured out how to use Savage Swipe. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for them. I guess the ping card also lets me cast the 4/3 for cheaper sometimes. The Flame Jab or whatever it's called. Flame Jab variant. Good Fortune Unicorn. Sure. Mother Bear coming. Mother Bear coming in hot. Give me a pyrophobia. Oh, nice. Not really looking to attack there. Also, yeah. We just want to get in a little bit of chip damage, but mostly we just wanted to get rid of that Good Fortune Unicorn before something like that happened. Yeah. I don't think we're going to win this game. We just don't have enough spells. Another Goblin Champion. So good. Actually, kind of is pretty good. Because now we can hit them for a pretty sizable amount. I wonder if they kind of like have to assume I have something here. I guess they saw a couple of the magmatic things, so they might think I have one of those. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they can't actually kill me here. They only have 11 points if they attack all out. The old bellowing elk. No blocks. Rain of Revelation into Fists of Flame. Let's go. Right here, right now. This is so slow. Stop playing so slowly, opponent. There we lose. Concede. Okay, game 3. Life on the line. Here we go. Moonblade Shinobi seems bad. 4 mana 3/3 actually seems passable here. Also gives us a plan for the extreme late game. And we'll cut a Goblin Champion for it because they have a lot of blockers. And Goblin Champion's fine, but I think we'd rather have a Chillapilla. From its cocoon, a flurry takes flight. We would like to play first. We'll keep this hand. Let's go. We'll start by cycling this Lonely Sandbar. Get a land into the graveyard for the Igneous Elemental. Perfect. We now have F6 value. We also have a Snowland for our Chiller Pillar, if we draw that. Speak of the devil. Monsieur Chiller Pillar himself. Okay, we now have a target for our guy. Igneous Elemental is going to be great. Ooh, spicy. Okay. Okay, okay. Mother Bear, sure, sure. Kill a Rhyme Tender, we care more about the mana part. Also, we don't really want this in the graveyard anyway. I'm glad we brought in the 3/3. I wonder what the odds of us getting another Snowland are. We have like 3 in the deck. It's got to be decent. Like by the time we get to 6 mana. Okay. That's a decent amount of value for us. They had a 2-for-1 themselves. Just gives us a little bit of tempo. Reign of Revelation. Do we want to trade this and this for a 2/2? Probably. Actually. Man. I kind of wanted to attack there. I'm not sure if it was correct, though. Okay. That thing's gonna die. We'll use Lava Dart now. Get us a couple cards in the graveyard. That's perfect for us. We have a Magmatic Sinkhole up now, too. This card's actually decent. It gets some stuff in our graveyard. It gets to land in the graveyard. I don't know. I don't know if it's any good. They still have Mother Bear. Yep, our 3/3 will just hang back now. Ooh, there's another snow permanent. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Sure, no shuffling. So now we have 2 Magmatic Sinkholes. And a, I guess land coming up. So we can monstrous this next turn if we want to. Birthing vows. Oh, yikes. That's actually kind of brutal in a long game. Those cost 4 to use, though, so they can make 1 token here. The Chiller Pillar. Nobody believed in him. He doesn't need you to believe in him. He believes in himself. Because he's brave. The brave Sir Chiller Pillar ran away. Brave she ran away, away. When danger reared its ugly head, the Chiller Pillar turned its tail and fled. Dang. Chiller Pillar. Oh my gosh, they have to pay a life. They have no idea how close they are to death. If they pay 1 more life, then the next turn when I rip the Devil off the top, that's 1 damage. That puts him to 7. And this, that's never mind. That's not lethal. It's close though. We have 4 cards in the graveyard, so we can cast each of these for 3. No, for 4. Because there's 12, yeah. But if we cast Rain of Revelation, then we can cast them for cheaper. Really hope we can get this W. Earn the dub, as they say. Yeah, this is the problem with Magic Online. People play too slowly. That's pretty much the biggest hit. I mean, that and the UI is not as cool as Arenas, but like the slow play is really what gets me. Oh dear. Well, we're double jumping. Okay. So we've got trouble in River City now. If they come at me with everything, I can live. They're probably supposed to come at me with everything, though. If they tap that waterlogged grove 1 more time, I've got him. They're not going to do that, though. They are aware of the consequences of doing that, I'm sure. Okay. If they don't attack with everything, then I win. If they do attack with everything, I have to draw still. Well, that's game. Just kill this to cut off their mana access. Hit him for 5. Let's just cast it for 1. There's no reason not to. Boom! Let's go! clutching it if you made it all the way to the end of the video, despite how kind of slow that match was. It was pretty epic ending regardless. Type hashtag ultimate chiller pillar in the comment section down below, or hashtag fists of flame combo, because in round 2 we did fists of flame combo them, and in round 3, or you can say hashtag ultimate chill. It sounds kind of cool. So yeah, in the comments let me know you made it all the way to the end. Remember to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content, and if you want to support the channel further and help me continue to make videos, be sure to check out the Patreon page for the channel, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There are some exclusive rewards you can get for supporting the Patreon page, including if you support at the Eternal of Bolas level, you get put in the credits at the end of every video. So that's kind of a cool perk as well. So thank you everybody who made it all the way to the end of the video. I know that last match was kind of slow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.